Ahí estamos. ¿Cómo están, compitas? Ahí está la cámara. ¿Cómo están, compitas? La futura leyenda los saluda el día de hoy. Espero que vaya todo bien, perretes. En este día jueves, en estos días de descanso que he tenido durante esta semana, leyendas. Aquí estamos para volver un poco a lo que tenía que ver con YouTube y toda la onda. Más que nada porque me enteré el día de hoy, en la mañana, cuando me desperté, que hubo un evento de eh, Overwatch, de todo lo que tenía que ver con Overwatch 2 y todo el tema. Así que no lo he visto un par de notas ahí que están saliendo por Twitter y toda la onda, pero lo quiero ver entero. Así que, compitas, veámoslo ahora, ¿no? Veámoslo ahora, veámoslo juntos, para que podamos ir cachando por dónde van los tiros y toda la onda. Vamos, vamos, que se puede. Entonces. Vamos que se puede cumplir. Vamos a darle play a esta cuestión, como dijo alguien por ahí. Vamos a darle el play a esta cuestión. Y le vamos a dar color con todo, si no va a quedar. Ahí debería estar funcionando ya todo este conto. Vamos a ver si funciona. Ahí está, cumpita. No he visto nada. La verdad que me tiene bien contento lo que tiene que ver con... Ya me voy a callar. Después hablamos. Calmado. Con subtítulos, compitas, ¿ah? Traemos con subtítulos el día de hoy.
Even the best journeys end, but a new one is right around the corner.
Ya. Esto está funcionando, compitas. ¿O no? Yo creo que sí. Debería estar funcionando, vos perros. Ah. Sí, a tiempo que no ha sido en directo, ¿lo va? Escucha bien pulento, loco. Tenemos nuevos personajes por lo que he estado cachando ahí. ¿En espera de qué? Ya, compitas, ahí vamos a empezar a ver lo que tiene que ver con las noticias de Overwatch. Ahí la primera noticia, compita, tiene que ver con el 4 de octubre, así que viene como servicio y no como juego. Vamos a ver qué es lo que van a dar y todo el cuento, ¿ah? Chucha.
Uncover a few new game details for you at home. And be sure to stay tuned for the world premiere of the new cinematic The Wastelander, which was teased just a few days ago. So with that, let's get into it.
Ya, compitas, ahí están mostrando las primeras imágenes de lo que tiene que ver con Overwatch. Yo a este juego le tengo sentimiento encontrado. En algún momento lo quise jugar y todo el cuento, pero estaba muy caro, weón. En ese tiempo no tenía la solvencia, o tampoco ahora la tengo, pero no tenía la solvencia así como para comprarle al tiro. Se notan muy entusiasmados los dos compitas, ¿ah? Muy entusiasmados.
Buzzing, and I'm excited to be able to sit down with you two now to unpack all of this for everyone watching at home. Now, the biggest announcement had to be the news that Overwatch 2 is releasing on October 4th as a free-to-play
Juego gratuito, compitas, el 4 de octubre. Ahí lo vamos a estar jugando, lo más probable con el Team Banco. Los que no nos cachan, ustedes saben que tenemos un team, weón. Somos 4 bancos que jugamos, por eso, de ahí viene el nombre. Jugamos Fornite la mayor cantidad del tiempo, pero nos cagamos la risa, lo pasamos bien. Ahí saludo al tío, weón, a la Pauli y al Nemixor. Grande Yogatares. Este loco, no sé, yo no sé si lo que. Como que se parece a Jordi Castell, weón, por lo que estaba cachando. Terrible farandulero, weón, La futura leyenda de farándula, Momento farandulero acá en el canal.
We're lucky to have such a passionate and creative set of players. And we know that they've been craving more ways to play the game they love so much. In recent years, we haven't done a good enough job at delivering that for our fans, and we feel their frustration. We took a hard look at our strategy for Overwatch 2 to make sure that we could deliver new heroes.
Me gusta eso cuando dicen que comprenden la ansiedad y los reclamos de la comunidad y toda esa onda, le dan cualquier color todo el loco, así como que uno les va a comprar, weón.
And we feel like we have the right approach to be able to deliver that for them well into the future.
How are you and the team planning to deliver on that promise?
Well, the very first step is getting the game into everyone's hands. And that's going to happen on October 4th when we transition Overwatch 1 and invite every PC and console player to drop in and experience Overwatch 2's reimagined PvP experience. And that's just the beginning. Our plan is to deliver a steady drumbeat of new content every 9 weeks through free seasonal updates, ensuring that there's always something new to play, chase, unlock in Overwatch 2.
Well, that all sounds amazing, and it's so much of it too.
Le dan cualquier color, sí, le dan cualquier producción ahí, está bien, está bien.
Of course, I'd be happy to share a look at the road ahead. Our journey is going to begin on October 4th.
Ya lo dijeron.
Overwatch 2 releases free to play.
Ya lo dijeron.
3 new heroes,
3 nuevos héroes,
6 new maps,
6 mapas
brand new
nuevos,
mode, and more.
Más.
The new heroes include Sojourn, Junker Queen, and a brand new support hero that will reveal in the months ahead.
Están dejando ahí el hype arriba, berretes, Está bien, está bien.
Our new PvP mode called Push will challenge teams in new and exciting ways. Players will also be able to unlock new cosmetic items through the in-game store and Battle Pass.
Ya viene el típico Battle Pass y todo el tema. Ojalá que no sea pay to win. Yo, al final, perros. Bueno, ustedes saben que a mí me gusta mucho lo que tiene que ver con High-Rest. High-Rest son los logos de Smite y los que hicieron Paladins. Al final terminé jugando Paladins, que es pedazo de juego también. Claro, gráficamente a lo mejor no es tan comparable al Overwatch en tanto a la calidad gráfica y todo el tema, pero funciona bastante bien y lo que tiene que ver con los modos de juego son re interesantes.
Players will get the chance to earn more themed content, complete weekly challenges, access new battle passes, and more.
Vamos a ver, ojalá que lo que tenga que ver con el tema del Battle Pass sea asequible, po, weón.
Which we're really excited about. We're really looking forward to being able to share more with the community as we get closer to releasing them.
I know we've seen more and more games shift towards that free-to-play model in recent years, and it really does seem like players have taken a liking.
Con todo el respeto que me merece la flaca, parece que está con la discoteca llena. Está embarazada, me parece la flaca, no sé con él.
Honestly, not really. For us, free-to-play games offer a lot of advantages.
No vengan con eso ahora, po, weón, de los free to play, po, perros. No vengan con eso los locos de Blizzard, po, weón.
In order to accomplish their objectives in the game, so it requires a lot of teamwork. We also see that outside of our game, within our community, with fan art, cosplay, and the Overwatch League. We know our fans are having the most fun when they're playing with their friends or meeting new ones, and
sí, eso es cierto, weón. Jugar con amigos es más pulento.
Play the game, join the community, whether they own Overwatch 1 or not. And with Overwatch 2 crossplay enabled, people can play together no matter what platform they prefer to play on. It's always been a game that stood for inclusivity and community.
Pero no vengan con la weá, la inclusión y todo el tema, po, weón. Si hablemos del juego nomás, po, weón.
They can feel connected to. Because the Overwatch universe is and always will be a place for everyone. And we feel like we have an incredible opportunity with Overwatch 2 to really embrace it.
I can't wait for October when this incredible journey will begin for all of us. Now that we have a better understanding of what's to come, I'd love to dive a little deeper, starting with Overwatch 2's new approach to
Loco,
PvP.
aquí en Santiago, weón, hace un frío que te lo encargo, loco. Mi pieza es más helada que la chucha, weón. Así que tuve que cortar unos calcetines, weón, y para ponérmelo en las manos, perro. Está más helado que la chucha, weón. Más helado que la chucha,
Really
weón.
gave us the opportunity to put the mode under a microscope. And we really wanted players to feel that
Weón,
they
se ve
had more
pulento.
impact
Gráficamente
in the
nada que
past.
decir,
And
weón.
we've made significant fundamental changes that we just couldn't do in the current live game. This was a foundational shift that changed everything.
Un modo para
Heroes,
4 no
maps,
sería
and
malo,
more.
weón.
So
Así nos da
we had to
la chance de jugar con el
reevaluate
Team Manco y no
every
buscar
aspect of
un quinto. No es
PvP
que
to make
no
sure we
queramos
got it
compartir
right.
con los demás,
We've
pues,
been
weón. Pero es
encouraged by
que
player feedback from the first beta, and we
hemos
will
invitado
continue
gente
to
y
make
normalmente
updates
nos
and
deja botados,
improvements
weón.
in the game.
Well,
Ya, no importa,
earlier
vamos.
today, I had a chance to sit down with a few additional members of the Overwatch team and hear more about all the work they're doing to redefine PvP in Overwatch 2. So let's take a look.
Let's
One of
take a
the
look.
things that gets us up in the morning, happy to work on Overwatch. It's first and foremost a really special game. The way we portray a bright future, everyone on the team is really proud of it.
We're bringing an all-new PvP experience. We're transforming from a 6v6 to a 5v5.
Changed a lot of how we design heroes and actually how we balance them as well. We had to go back and look at all the heroes and all the tanks especially and make sure that everyone fits and works really well in this new paradigm.
Como les digo, yo intenté jugar el primero, pero no pude, weón. No pude. Me gustaría probarlo, la verdad. Oye, estos son los calcetines que ando trayendo. Debería ir por dentro, weón. Para darle un poco más de glamour. Aquí tenemos menos glamour que... tenemos menos glamour que un acuario de macha, pues perro, ¿eh? Vamos a poner ahí para que no se note tanto y están los calcetines puestos en la mano, weón.
Jeff Goodman and the rest of the hero design team have been loving all the feedback coming in. They have tons of awesome ideas about how to change or adjust balance.
So heroes like Orisa got a major rework. We're looking at how many barriers are in place. You think about Overwatch, you think of these really protective shields. But we're looking at it from the perspective of, you know, what if she didn't have that? What would that even look like? We're just always looking for great opportunities to change for the better.
I'm really excited about how we've refreshed all the maps.
I think we've done a lot of great changes, especially for PvP.
A lot of our old stuff just looks gorgeous now. We've done a lot with the art and with lighting and shadows and just made stuff pop a little bit more. We also added some options with like daytime, nighttime.
I think all of the Overwatch 2 maps are custom recorded in the actual place. We've hired a field recordist to actually go capture ambience of the real world location. We realize it's a subtle detail, but those are the things that really make these maps come to life.
We have done a pass playing all the old maps in 5v5 and adjusting things for that kind of setup, whether it's moving cover around just a little bit or tweaking.
Porque es pegarse en un juego entre paréntesis culpas, ¿ah? No es llegar a sentarse y poner un par de códigos y era. Sobre todo en estos que tienen que balancear mucho lo que tiene que ver con los jugadores y las peleas y todo el tema, weón. Debe ser una ¿cuánto se llama? Una tarea titánica, como dicen por ahí.
Competitive play is a different thing to a lot of different people. And we really didn't think we were providing enough tools and measures to actually help players out if they did want to improve. We're reworking our scoreboard to provide more information to players as they're playing through the match. But then once they finish the match, we're actually going to provide an after-action report. So you can look at the report while you're in queue. You can actually go into your history section and look. We want to work towards providing you with
información. Info en la mano, compitas, ¿ah?
We've been getting feedback from a lot of different areas, from our community team, like streamers.
Cafecito, compitas, como saben, siempre aquí en el canal de la Futura Leyenda hay café de por medio, loco. Ahí le ponemos.
So one of the other changes we're making alongside that is not making your skill rating quite so granular. Right now, it's a very hard number. Instead of a numeric skill rating, we're adding these skill tiers within the larger ones. If you see someone at a really high skill tier, you know that that person is not just that good of an Overwatch player, but they've earned it.
Ya, interesante. Bueno, vuelvo a insistir. Me gusta mucho lo que tiene que ver con la gráfica, weón.
Pushes a PvP game mode on several different new maps. We've been playing it in the beta, and we've actually been using it in Overwatch League as well.
And once we started playtesting it, it was kind of an instant hit.
There's a level, it has one path that goes all the way through it from one base to the other, and in the middle is TS1. And he's this lovable robot with a pair of barricades next to him. And the players are essentially fighting for control, and if they take control by taking out the other enemy team, TS1 will move a barricade towards the enemy base.
Ya, eso lo vemos en Paladins, po, weón.
Get that barricade all the way to the enemy base, or after a certain amount of time, did you move your barricade farther than the enemy team did? It's a very fair game mode. I think the maps are great. It provides for a lot of different locations where a lot of great fights can happen.
Eso lo hemos jugado en Paladins con el Team Manco cuando hemos cagado la risa, lo hemos pasado
We've
sumamente
developed
bien, loco.
a lot of engine upgrades in the game, so this allows us to do faster iteration. This was a huge effort by our engine team to allow the art team
Qué
to
lindo,
build
weón. Me gustaría
faster,
trabajar ahí, pero
more
la verdad es que no
detailed
tengo mucha
environments
paciencia como
in a
estar
shorter
desarrollando
amount of
juegos,
time.
weón.
You will get to experience
Quizás la
the game
historia, weón. Me
more.
gusta
We
contar
wanted to
historias.
feel
En una de
much
esas,
more
weón,
immersive.
me podría ser escritor de videojuegos, weón. Ah, si me dieran la oportunidad. Blizzard, Activision, llámame.
Overwatch 2 is a dream for audio features. It's everything we've ever really wanted to do. We really go into every little bit of detail trying to find
Bueno, el tema del sonido, compitas, debo recomendar lo que tiene que ver con Dolby Atmos. Suena a la raja, loco. Los juegos suenan, los que están, los que vienen optimizados, weón, suenan muy pulentos, loco. Denle un vistazo, weón. Me parece, me parece.
Now consoles offer all kinds of new things too, like 3D audio that we're supporting. There's new voice lines, new conversations between all of the favorite heroes. And we have so many, there'll be more that'll just come to the game over time.
Bueno, entre paréntesis, compitas, estoy pensando seriamente de aquí a fin de año poder conseguir una Xbox Series X. Recuerden que yo tengo la S, que va a tope, pero ya los juegos vienen optimizados a todo trapo, weón, con ray tracing y los 60 frames por segundo mínimo. Y los quiero correr pulentos, así que lo más probable es que me compre una Xbox aquí a fin de año, weón. Tengo la oportunidad, tengo que pagar algunas cosas nomás y le voy a dar color. Vamos a ver, sí, ojalá que haya stock para esa fecha, pues, weón, para las navidades. La otra opción era armar un PC, pero no sé, weón, siempre hay que cambiarle algo al PC con el juego que viene saliendo y ahí yo no me manejo mucho, weón.
October is just the start. As Paul mentioned earlier, Overwatch 2 will continue to evolve and grow over time. But what does that mean for us, the players? Well, I went behind the scenes to talk with the team working on new seasonal content and find out more. So let's take a closer look at what
creo que las temporadas duran 9 semanas, weón. Un mes. 2 meses y algo. 2 meses y algo. Y con cada temporada van a ir entregando mayor material y todo el tema. Es lo que siempre prometen, pues, weón. En cada juego, recordemos que hay juegos que los prometen y los promueven como que van a ser eternos, por lo menos. Hay algunos que han dicho que van a durar 10 años, pues, weón. Anthem, pues, perros, acuérdense de EA.
We have so much that we want to do in Overwatch to develop this game because we think it's the next step for us. We think there is so much more we can bring.
I'm really happy moving to our new seasonal-based schedule, making this really huge commitment to regular updates. It's exciting at the same time because I know what this team can do.
We really want players to be able to anticipate when things are going to enter the game.
With all the new content and events coming in, it's even more important to just make sure that everybody knows what's coming.
And along with the free-to-play change, we're doing away with loot boxes entirely. We have a new Battle Pass model coming in, and we have store as well. So players will have a lot more control about how they interact with the game and how they acquire new content.
We've been working on so many things over the past couple of years. I'm most excited for folks to see some of the new heroes that we've been kind of cooking up.
It's a bunch of different reasons why we choose to make a hero. We're trying to follow the narrative, pick the hero that makes sense, or do we need to create a hero that answers this meta, counters a certain strategy that's
bueno, yo siempre juego con los mismos, weón. Soy malo eligiendo personajes. Si el weón dispara de lejos, ese es mi elección. Si el weón aprieta cachete rápido, esa es mi elección. No es que sea rata ni nada por el estilo, es que soy muy malo, weón, de verdad. Todos estos juegos para mí son... Yo juego más que nada por deporte, por cagarme la risa, weón.
Less shields and crowd control. You can see a lot of that reflected in team play moments, but with a much faster paced vibe.
Pero siempre estoy con los que disparan de lejito.
The futuristic feeling of maps. There's a touch of sci-fi everywhere you look. So this is something that was a bit more subtle in Overwatch 1. We really want players to feel that the world takes place in not so distant future.
Coming up next is Rio.
Rio, new PvP map. Pretty sure everybody's gonna love that one as well.
It's a great map. It's close to the team. Many people on the team are from Brazil, so it was kind of fun to inject the culture, the colors, the vibe into this map. There's a map that takes place in Portugal. This map is pretty close to the team because
podrían hacer un mapa ahí
he's from
en Chile, po, weón.
People from the location should really get a sense that we've done a ton of research And we were very inspired, and I think we
Posible,
captured it
weón.
pretty beautifully in the game. It is
Tendrían que hacer calles llenas de hoy y todo el tema, po, weón.
and we tried some pretty interesting layouts for this one, so we hope the players like it. We definitely want the game to feel like a globe-trotting adventure.
¡Oh, premios! ¡Oh,
There's new types of
recompensas!
content from what you're used to in Overwatch 1. We have charms, we have banners.
The current mythic skin that's in the works, that I worked on actually, is for Genji. He's got this kind of cyberpunk.
Oh, pulento, 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 weón.
Mythic
Está
skins
bonito.
are meant to be this next tier of skins above legendary. We want players to be able to go in there and pick and choose certain pieces meant to be this extra.
Oh, weón, la raja. Bueno, no voy a descubrir la pólvora aquí, pues, weón, pero Blizzard tiene buenos diseños de personajes y todo el tema, pues, weón. En Diablo y en Diablo Immortal, loco, se ven la zorra.
What we're looking for there
Cierto,
is
cierto.
just for the players to be able to express themselves and dress their character up. One of our core tenets on Overwatch visually is to focus a lot on the first person view. We want you to be able to see it and enjoy it while you're playing the game.
One thing that was really important to us was to make sure that players, if they earn anything in the game anywhere, that they're able to use it everywhere. So if you earn something on console or on PC or in Overwatch 1, you can always use it in anywhere in Overwatch 2 as well. And with this new season, there'll be a ton of new content and a new.
Ya deberían tirar en oferta el Overwatch 1, compita. Si lo tiran en oferta, así, precio rata, sí, pues, weón. Si precio rata, yo lo compro.
There's always going to be
Care
something
palo.
for you to do or to work towards.
De momento no puedo comprar nada, ya compré todos los juegos de este mes.
Anything to do.
Being able to provide players with new heroes every so often, new maps.
It is going to be a growing and evolving game. There's so much for us to explore as we move forward.
Get ready. It's going to be really exciting, really fun. With both PvP and PvE, there's going to be really great content for you to immerse yourself in and continue to play over and over again with your friends.
Me gusta jugar con amigos, weón, es entretenido.
We're just excited to be back.
Vamos que se puede, falta menos.
It's so great to see how much thought and care your team is pouring into really elevating the game through post-launch season. So, you mentioned that PvE is coming in 2023. Now, can you tell us how the development is going and why the team is committed to bringing these type of experiences into Overwatch?
We're all so invested in the world of Overwatch and the heroes that live in it. And through the years, we've developed cinematics.
Este weón es como super
animated
cartón,
shorts and
es de
graphic
cartón este
novels for
loco.
our players who just want to get deeper
Tiene menos
into
fluidez
the
que un
world.
río caca, po, weón. Con el respeto que me merece el personaje, no lo digo de forma peyorativa, como un río manja. ¿Ah?
Deeper into diverse storytelling in ways that we
Está terrible
just
pauteado, po,
haven't
weón.
been able to before. So we are planning to expand the Overwatch universe through these seasons that we just described, and we will start delivering this PvE gameplay in 2023.
PvE will be delivered through the live service, and that means we'll be able to deliver and tell more Overwatch stories and create more opportunities to experience our heroes. Here's a sneak peek at what we're working on.
Ya, vamos.
The coolest
Expandiendo la
thing
historia.
in Overwatch 2 is to basically move the overall story of Overwatch forward. We've told a lot of short
Bueno,
stories
hay que-
along
hay
the
que-
way. There are a lot of to be continued.
Hay que hacer
It's
un
time for us to answer those questions,
punto, ¿ah?
close off some of those stories,
Aquí
ask new
en esta
questions,
presentación se
so
han
the
dedicado a
new
mostrar
game will
gente
definitely move the overall canon of the lore of Overwatch
muy
forward.
diferente unos con otros,
For
po,
the
weón, ¿eh?
PvP live service,
Tenemos ahí la
for
flaca
certain
la flaca
seasons, you're
bonita,
also going
tenemos
to
al
get some
morenito,
PvE maps. You'll be
eh,
fighting null
tenemos los de
sector and
cartón
at least some of the
también.
maps. They've come back.
Tenemos una flaca ahí está con
maps,
gorrito.
so it's Overwatch's job to take them out. There's going to be
El
content
barboncito
for
con
you
pelo
to
blanco, así
immerse yourself in
muy,
and
muy
continue
variopinto
to
la
play
gente
over and over again.
que han
A lot
ido
of the older
mostrando.
guys
Recordamos
that
que Blizzard
were
viene
in
saliendo de
Overwatch
unos
2,
serios
they're
problemas,
coming back,
weón.
but they need help with some of the younger generation, like
Donde
Brigitte
tuvieron que
and
meter mano a
Lucio.
algunos
So
personajes
we wanna tell the
importantes,
story
po,
of how
weón.
Overwatch basically gets back together. Another
Un poco
thing
de
we
lavado de
mentioned
imagen.
about the
Nunca está
story
mal,
is
po,
to
weón. Nunca
showcase
está
more
mal
of where the
un
characters
poquito
come
de,
from.
un
For
poquito de
example,
eso.
Torbjorn is from Gothenburg. Players will get a chance to see what Torbjorn's factory looks like.
You can play PvE with your friends and immerse yourself in the world and stay inside of it a little bit longer.
Wow, this is incredible. It's so great.
La
to
flaca
get
está arriba del
this.
balón, pero
Thank you
pesado,
so much
weón.
for sharing that. Before I let you run off, is there anything you would like to say to the community watching?
Yeah, we are so excited for today, and we're so excited for you all to be able to see everything that we want to show you. And we really cannot wait for
Loco.
October 4th
Terrible hype.
when we're all playing
Terrible
this
hype.
game together.
Neither can I. Now, we'll also take a deeper look at a brand new hero That's right, Junker Queen, who will be playable for the first time during the beta later this month already. Now, before we do that, though, we thought we'd take a look at Junker Queen's origin
¿Y
story to
cómo
get
podría
to know
participar en la
the
beta,
next
weón? Cagué,
great
parece ya
Overwatch
es
character
tarde,
or
weón. No voy a
event.
poder hacerlo.
Paul, Aaron, we
Rayos.
appreciate you spending some time with us today. Best of luck to you and
Rayos,
of course,
rayos.
your entire team as you gear up for that launch. Let's take a look.
Ya de ahí vamos a tirar unos videitos. Oh, recordemos que estamos en TikTok, perretes, como la futura leyenda también. Pásense por ahí, estamos en Twitter como Incanus Inc. Incanus, pero la A de Incanus es con 4. Y aquí en YouTube que estamos retomando perretes, esto por recomendación del tío Fenrir. Compitas, el tío Fenrir es culpable que hayamos vuelto. Buen niño el tío Fenrir, weón. Calma. A lo mejor me va a pegar un carril de aquellos, pero me recuerda mucho lo que tiene que ver con Wasteland. Ah, estamos al aire, perro, estamos al aire. Pulento, pulento, pulento. Me gusta, me gusta, me gusta.
Wow, just wow, what an unbelievable new hero, and we will...
Oh, y la flaca está arriba del balón.
But first, I wanted to introduce art director Dion Rogers and a few new faces to the show. We have narrative designer Miranda Moyer and cinematic director Ben Dye. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Vamos, vamos.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Happy to be here.
I'm really excited to share this.
Están todos prendísimos, weón.
to
Están
create
todos
it.
prendísimos.
I mean, the effort is clearly paying off. That short was just so much fun to watch. Now, it's been such an exciting week for everyone watching, but I'm sure for you three as well. Players have learned that the next beta is coming on June 28th. Can you tell me a little bit more about what we can expect to see in this beta?
The biggest thing is open to console players this time. We're gonna add a new map, Rio. Junker Queen will be playable finally. So this should be pretty fun.
Pero ¿y cómo me inscribo, weón?
Get my hands on Junker Queen, and you're representing her right there with the cool shirt as well. What a great segue. So let's talk more about the newest Overwatch hero.
I think it's super exciting. I know everybody has been really anticipating this character for a long time. She's been super prominent in our lore ever since the Junkertown map came out, and I think people have really been looking forward to finally getting to experience everything that she has to offer.
What makes Junker Queen so unique, and why do you think the Overwatch players will love her?
So Junker Queen is interesting. Usually when we start a character, we do a bunch of drawings and we have a little story. But she was kind of born out of the Junkertown map. We started to create this map that was associated.
Bueno, tiene nada que ver
con
Wasteland,
pero
me pareció muy llamativo.
And so we're like, who kicked them out? And we're like, well, maybe there's some sort of leader. So we had the kind of Junkertown decree that you can see in the level.
Déjenme
And then
mandar
over
un
time,
mensajito ahí.
developed that it was a queen.
During the short, we're actually developing her personality. She's full of attitude. You know, that's what we love about her is she's really, really strong. So she's very recognizable. And obviously the lore behind her is very interesting. So some of that potentially can bounce off what the game design will be.
It's great to hear that it's just such a collaboration with the Overwatch team.
Yeah, this is a fun part about working together.
The Overwatch universe, it's filled with memorable heroes. And as you said yourself, Ben, it does take a village of dedicated developers to really bring each one of those to life, but in a meaningful way. So let's take a deeper look at the making of Junker Queen.
Ya, vámonos a ver qué nos traen, weón.
When we started on Junker Queen, first we have to decide what kind of role she's going to take. So she's a tank. She's a really aggressive tank. You know, we didn't want her to be kind of a Reinhardt style, stay back and guard her team. She's got this very ferocious nature, and we wanted for that to be represented in her gameplay as well.
Personally, what I'm most excited about Junker Queen is just her big axe, you know, just to be able to swing that thing around is awesome.
It's always great to have some sort of anchor point to make sure we really incorporate this axe into her abilities. Her secondary we call Jagged Blade. If you do your quick melee attack, she will kind of swing with the blade instead of normal punch. It does a little bit of extra damage and creates a wound on the enemy. So she can throw the blade as her secondary fire, and it's really a great sort of skill shot to be able to land on the enemy, especially like a moving enemy if you can land it. And after you throw it, she'll recall it, and the force of recalling it, if it's stuck into somebody,
Viento, viento, viento.
so she can actually kind of pull people to herself if you can manage to stick that blade into somebody. For Junker Queen's ultimate, we have an ability called Rampage. She creates this kind of whirlwind of magnetized metal, including her weapons, and it whirls around her, and then she dashes forward, and you try to go through as many enemies as possible and tag them all up. That also wounds everybody, which is really important because it's very easy to hit with this large area effect, so it heals you for a lot. But also, it creates a debuff on the enemies that reduces the healing that they receive to 0.
Our sound designer has done an incredible job with her. She's full of snarky fun to the way she plays. So all throughout her kit, there's little guitar sounds actually hidden. So if you listen to her axe, she pulls it out and there's a big screech on the guitar strings and she pulls it forward. We have a wonderful actor named Leah who we found after a huge global search trying to find the right voice for her.
Here I am.
It's really amazing when the right actor matches the character and the person.
Ya, vamos a verlo, vamos a
You feel
verlo.
the sort of magic that comes out of it.
I think players are gonna love her. She's scary. She's awesome.
She's a departure from any other hero that we have here.
You know, this is just a straightforward badass character.
She's just been so much fun to work
Oh,
with.
dijo
I'm so
badas.
glad to get her
Dijo
involved in
badas.
everybody.
Una mala palabra.
The Queen of Junkertown has arrived. So, how does the Junker Queen fit into the overall world of Overwatch?
I think Junker Queen's pretty interesting because there have been previous rulers of Junkertown. Junker Queen was not always the queen. And the old rulers of Junkertown have always been kind of content to just, lord over the city. But Junker Queen, she has a very big axe and big ideas to go along with it.
What did you aim to achieve when developing Junker Queen?
We want to tell deeper stories for our heroes, have heroes that are connected to the world of the game. Big thing for Overwatch 2 is to move the lore of Overwatch along, so these type of heroes help that.
What are her abilities, and how do those abilities actually make her successful in the role she's in?
What's pretty awesome about this hero, she was developed when 5v5 from the start. She was never a part of the 6v6 world of Overwatch. Knowing she's the only tank on the team, what abilities that will help bolster the team. She has this commanding shout. It boosts the speed and armor of the heroes around her. So especially you need to push through a choke. She does the shout. All the players hear it. They move forward. She has a punch.
A todo cachete. A todo cachete.
I think she named one of her weapons, right?
Yeah, her knife that she throws and pulls back is named Gracie.
Yes, right. A lot of her abilities kind of drain on the heroes and gives her health back.
Her ultimate, basically, it shoots you forward and you do this whirlwind with her axe that it does like a big anti-nade on everybody around you. So she's very aggressive and people are going to have a ton of fun playing it.
Are there any particular maps you feel that Junker Queen plays really well on?
Getting close is where she's pretty dangerous. So maps that have a nice flank routes allow her to get in closer to the enemy and then start to do what she does best is reckoning.
So another big piece of news over the weekend that got the Overwatch community just buzzing with excitement was, of course, the tease of your new cinematic trailer, The Wastelander, which we're going to premiere here in just a few moments. But before
Viento,
we do,
viento,
Ben,
viento.
can
Me
you
gustó,
tell us
me
a
gustó,
little
me
bit more
gustó.
about it?
I remember in the very beginning of our story room jam sections, there's talk about what type of story we want to tell, right? Should we include Junkrat? Should we include Roadhog? But ultimately, I think we wanted to focus on exactly on our main character. It's a character reveal. It's potentially a sort of a revenge origin story. Actually give a little bit more lore into Junkertown, how she become the queen, how was that society being governed, prior to she become the queen.
Well, you and the team, you guys pour so much love and time into these cinematics and into these heroes, and it really shines through. I want to thank all three of you for taking the time to sit down with me today and sharing all of this amazing information.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank
I know
you.
the fans at
Viento,
home
viento.
are on the edges of their seats. So am I, waiting to see it. So let's take a look at the world premiere.
Ya compita, la vamos a ver ahí el World Premiere y toda la onda.
The Wastelander, featuring the latest hero, Junker Queen.
Vamos, que se puede. Que se puede. Ya compita, la vamos a ver ahí el World Premiere y toda la onda. ¿Será algo así como la nueva Jinx? Alguito por el estilo, ¿no? brígido así, ¿eh? Despertó con el cuchillo en la mano.
What? I'm not allowed to have a bad dream.
Buena, buena, buena. Buena, buena. Buena, buena, buena.
No wastelander has ever made it to the reckoning before.
Podríamos hacer un controlcito más rato con ella. Puede ser, ¿eh? Puede ser. ¿Sí o no, perros? Jaeger. Harry. Joker King.
King Howell has never lost, not in 13 years of rule. On the battlefield. Not until today. The reckoning begins in 5, 4, 3. Did you really think this would be a fair fight? You don't survive the reckoning unless the winner grants you mercy. That's why I've got to win this whole thing.
Oh. Yo pensé que iba a ser una molotov. Sé que era una bomba de molotov ahí del rey. Junker, creo que se llama el loco. Oh. Ese es como el robot de Alien. Maravilloso, weón. Oh, sacó la cuchilla. Oye, la flaca tiene de todo, como en botica compitas, ¿ah? Ay, papá. Casi le corta las joyas de la familia. Rayos.
G'day, Mary. What are you smiling about? If you're smart enough to run the Tinkers, why are you working for this strong guy? Like you'd be any better.
Oh, le salpicó. Le salpicó el vino, compitas.
At least I won't shoot my friends in the back.
Oh. Rayos. Rayos. Un ataque trapero. Puta que hace frío, perros. Pero aquí estamos dándole color nomás, compita. Ya, dale. Póngale fueguito, perro.
Not in this arena.
Ya. Ay. Rayos. What the. Ay, para dejar la zorra, perros.
This meathead has a bigger magnet? Figures.
Oh. ¿Para qué te traes? ¿Para qué te traes? La tienen la mira, compitas, está listo para proceder. Y aquí viene la reivindicación del personaje. Somos todos amigos. Y tenemos que destrozar al malo de turno. ¡Oh, rayos! ¡Oh, rayos! Bueno, el corte está toda raja.
I'll give you the same mercy you showed my family 13 years ago. Get out of my city.
Junker Queen, Junker Queen. Bueno, la raja.
But now they're probably wondering what sort of changes I'll make around here. Well, buckle up. They're about to find out.
Bonito, weón. Bonito. De momento me ha gustado bastante la presentación, compita, ¿sabes? Estoy esperando ahí el juego con bastante hype. Lo quiero. Lo voy a jugar, weón. Lo voy a jugar. Está más que claro que lo vamos a jugar. Obviamente no vamos a dejar de lado ni Smite ni Fortnite. Estamos terminando, compas, ¿ah? Estamos terminando.
Every one of you for tuning in, and make sure to follow Play Overwatch on social for all the latest news and announcements about Overwatch 2. And I can't wait to see you all in game.
Terminó. Ya, compitas, ha terminado el directo. Espero que lo hayan disfrutado. Yo de verdad lo disfruté bastante. Me tiene re contento lo que se viene de aquí en adelante con este juego. Como les decía al principio, intenté jugar el primero, pero no tenía plata, weón. Ahora se supone que es free to play. Ahí lo voy a poder disfrutar junto con los amigos y todo el cuento y poder tirarnos unas partidas, weón. Creo que va a ser interesante. De hecho, todo pinta bastante bien el juego. Independiente que la comunidad que tiene, weón, es como la callampa. ¿Para que mandar con cuento, weón? Son entero tóxicos los tipos. Mejor no meterse ahí. Jugar ahí piolita con los amigos y toda la onda, weón. Así que vamos a darle, posperos. Vamos a darle mucho color apenas llegue. Le vamos a dar unas horitas de juego apenas llegue. Voy a ver si puedo participar en la beta, me gustaría, weón. Voy a empezar a buscar información y si puedo, se lo puedo hacer llegar compitas sin ningún problema. Oye, quiero agradecer a todos los compitas que están ahí, a los que estuvieron y a los que van a estar en algún momento. Abrazo grande, gracias por la compañía. Espero que lo hayan pasado bien, compitas. Y, puta, retomar lo que tiene que ver con el asunto de YouTube, pues, weón. Como les digo, estoy en Twitter como Incanus Rex. La A de Incanus es un 4. Y el 4 es porque no podía poner una mala palabra, pues. No me dejaba. Así que como Incanus Rex y en TikTok como la futura leyenda PRTS. Obviamente acá en el canal de la futura leyenda por YouTube. Así que yo voy a empezar a despedirme también, compitas. Los voy a dejar ahí que vean el video tranquilo y toda la onda. Compitas, sería todo de momento. Se despide la futura leyenda el día de hoy. Espero que lo hayan pasado bien. Espero que se hayan divertido y que lo hayan disfrutado. Nos vemos en otra oportunidad. Más ratito hay un evento de Square Enix, me parece. Sí, Square Enix. Con lo relacionado a Final Fantasy. Así que ahí voy a estar viéndolo y todo el cuento. Esto ha terminado. Ya, compitas, espero que lo hayan pasado bien. Yo estoy retomando aquí lo que tiene que ver con los directos. Abrazo grande a todos, perros. Cuídense. Gracias por la compañía. Y nos vemos en otra ocasión. Abrazo para todos, leyendas. Adiós. Que estén bien, pásenlo bien, compitas. Yo iré a jugar.